Nah, that
Dominate.
is badass. That is really cool.
Secure the objectives. Securing Charlie. Enemy has A.
Mike,
Securing B.
I
Securing B.
literally want to compete in this shit so bad. Madden 26 NCS Ultimate Kickoff Finals. Henry versus.
UAV. Securing B.
Nah, dude. I wouldn't have a chance to compete in that shit. I have more of a chance to compete in. I'd have a better chance to compete
Friendly hunter-killer drone
in
deployed.
Madden than I would in this. And I'm ass at Madden now too.
Forward.
I mean, I don't, dude. To put it in perspective, Madden's been out for it'll be a month in a few days. I don't even have. Huh? How long?
Losing Alpha.
Set a timer for 20 seconds.
Friendly drone.
Texas Roadhouse.
UAV awaiting orders.
Well, it's because you don't have the vertical and horizontal. Also, you don't have the aim response curve. Yeah, you do have that. I forgot that. But you don't have the. Yeah, well, it's because back in the day, it was like you couldn't do as much fine tuning. Like it was more like you barely touched it and it flicked more. Like even if your sense wasn't high,
Friendly hunter.
it just. It's like the only way I can describe it, I guess, really, is like you know how like 60 frames.
Losing
Like
Alpha.
if you have 60 frames, it was just like more choppy. Like that's how like that's how it goes too. But you know back then that was all it was, so it felt so fucking good. Now
UAV.
it's like compare it to it's so much shit. No, because they don't have all the fault shit that the newer CODs have. Like, well, they're gonna say that. I think they're gonna say that too, but I think also it's partially because of what I just said, but it's also partially because of the fact that it's the port into Plutonium. Well, I think like Plutonium on controller feels worse than like I could go on a 360 and it'd feel better than Plutonium. 100%.
Lost Alpha.
Oh, it looks better, but as far as like the feel of it, like how buttery smooth it will feel,
Securing A.
like the inputs don't feel as consistent. Like, if that makes sense. It feels like my shit's not overclocked, and that's why I asked you about that the other day. But you said I had a PS5 controller. But 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 you get what I'm saying? Like if your controller's not overclocked, and like you play, and it feels like you're making or some shit. Like that's kind of how Plutonium is. Not that it's full on input delay, but it loses like even BO2 on like the 360 or the PS3. And that could just be some people could say I'm fading for that. But like, see, I will always say this because I genuinely don't know where. Yeah, you know how stack up. Like
Losing Alpha.
Kobe Bryant wanted to play Michael Jordan to find how good he actually was. And same thing for me. Like Like I said, one time I wish I could fucking 1v1 somebody like that. And then same thing on here. I wish I could fucking play some of these guys. Henry, yeah, like the Madden pros. I know I would get my ass whooped, but I want to know like how badly. Can I at least like? Is it gonna be like they barely beat me? That's how I am with that too. But fuck challengers, dude. I want to play a pro. And I know challengers are basically pros. Well, obviously we don't have access to. Well, some of the top. That's what I'm saying.
All flags
Well, that's what I'm saying. And Exceed is a former pro, so it's like,
Alpha.
yeah, dude, he's been in the league 2 different times, 2 or 3 times. He's not in the pro league right now, but he's been on like LAG, I think twice. I think 2 different times. And he was on another team in BO4 as well. But so like yeah, Exceed that would be like 1v1. That's literally like same thing like if you would have it, which he used to be my favorite.
UAV incoming. Be advised, hostile counter UAV
Yeah,
is
you're.
online.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but 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 see, I feel like Haggie's a different because like what you just said, he hadn't been pro and he hadn't been pro in so long where like you could say I beat the what is he like top ranked, you know, I know he's like top 5 or some shit. Yeah. So it's like he's been #1 in those. So you could so like if you beat him or played him, say like I 1v1 the #1 ranked player in the world and this